guys, today we're at the range here with our Grand Power Strybog. Now, what we've got the Strybog out here for is this. You guys remember this. This is the Meprolight Pro V2. This is a green dot holographic sight meant for rifles and things like this. So what we're going to do today, we're going to take some rounds down range with it. I'm going to give you guys an overview of it. We're going to see if we can zero this thing in because it's not zeroed in. And then kind of give you guys an idea of what I think of this thing overall. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take some rounds down range. And we'll see if we can get this thing zeroed in. Now, if you remember before, it was shooting low, about 4 inches low. However, due to the Strybog's rail over bore axis, we may not be able to help that at close distance. This thing does ride a distance up off the rail. It's more made for an AR-15 or something like that, but I like this kind of optic on a pistol like this. Maybe a little bit lower, but all of down here is the electronics for this thing. So let's go ahead and take some shots and see if we can get this thing zeroed in. And we'll go from there. One thing that I like about this optic is it is extremely bright. We're sitting here in an Indiana day. It's a little bit overcast, but at the top setting, you can see this dot very clearly. Now it is a dot with a circle, very similar to a Holosun optic, which gives us both the benefits of speed and accuracy. Speed with the large dot, accuracy with the small dot. So let's go ahead and take these shots and see if we can get this thing zeroed. So after safety clearing the Strybog, let's head down here and see where those shots landed. I could see them hitting the berm back behind, but I couldn't see where they shot, and I didn't bring a magnified optic today. I'm super smart. I took 4 shots center of the A zone, and then I took 1 shot up at the head. And it looks like we are shooting low and to the right slightly. So here's our headshot. I was aiming here, hit there. Then you can see I was aiming right about here, and those hit down there. So let's go ahead and make an adjustment. This is a 50-yard range. We are shooting 9mm. So let's make an adjustment. We'll go up a little, we'll go to the left a little bit, and we'll see if we can get a little bit more precise than that. Now, I didn't bring my tool with me today, but the spots on this optic are really nice and big. So actually, a coin or even a key will fit in and we'll adjust it. All right, so there we got it moved around. Let's go ahead and see what this one does. That one was me. All right. Drop the mag, eject the round, lock the bolt back. I'm gonna go take a look really quick and see what that just did. All right, so let's go ahead and go down and see what those adjustments made, and if they were good enough, we'll go ahead and stay down here for a little bit, take some shots while I talk to you a little bit more about the Pro V2. All right, so you can see our target back here. So these are those 4 shots that I took, but this one is the one that's telling me that we're probably okay. That was a headshot that I took from 50 yards, was aiming here. These, I think I dropped them. I was aiming low anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and call that. We're gonna stay up here and shoot for a little bit now. Once I get these pasted up, we'll go back to about 10 yards. And we'll see how we're doing. So here we are at 10 yards. Let's go ahead and verify that we've got a decent 10-yard zero here. Okay, I'm blasting clays about 15 yards or so, so I'm gonna call that good. So what I'm gonna do now, with the Strybog here, I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick drill. We're gonna do 6 shots in the A zone and see how quick we can pull that off. Got my timer here, let's go ahead and see. 177. Now, I'm fully aware that that's not that fast, but the reason that I like this is I am left eye dominant, okay? So left eye dominance, This eye is my dominant eye. This eye is the eye over a rifle when I'm shooting. And with some dots, if the tube that you're looking through is too small, it's hard to get your right eye to take over. Likewise, if the dot is too dim, it's hard to get your right eye to take over from your left. With the Pro V2, it gets bright enough that I don't have that problem. It's really nice, actually, to be able to shoot something like this with both eyes open. I don't even have to squint my left eye, which is what I typically have to do with a dimmer or smaller window dot. Nope, add ammo. That's okay, I got more. So let's try this again. I'm just gonna do a couple of drills with 2 to the body, 1 to the head. And let's see what that does and if I can pull those off. We're gonna go from low ready. I'm gonna go from low ready. So that was 132. And this is, again, remember, this is with both eyes open from low ready. So I'm having to bring it up into my optics plane, get my right eye to overlap that image on my left, over my left, kind of take dominance. But I'm still getting it in sub 2 seconds. And that was 2 A zone hits and a high B zone on the head, which is right underneath that A box. $132 again. $125. $122. Let's do one more. I did drop one into the Charlie zone that time on the body. Slow on the trigger on that one. 133. Let's do one more. Okay, 116 on that one. And that was, I hit B's on all of the headshots, but I'm gonna take that for what I was doing. But I really like this dot, guys. I don't know as far as battery life how it's gonna do. Now, I did keep this, I've kept this in the back of my truck for trips and stuff, which means that it's getting bounced around in the back of my truck, which is more than most people are probably going to see as far as wear and tear goes. And it still runs. It still runs really well. I've not had any issues with it. It's turned on every time I've turned it on. It's turned off every time I've turned it off. It does sit up a little high again, but we're hitting pretty much zeroed at 10 yards and about maybe 2 inches low at 100, but I still think that was me with that headshot being right on where it needed to be. I was taking my time with that headshot. So it does sit a little bit high, but especially if you're running this thing on something like an AR where you've got a really low rail to bore difference, this thing is gonna rock your butt. The height of it actually gives you the ability to see it without having to really duck your head down and get hearing protection down into your stock or cut out other visuals. You can keep your head a little bit more up. And this thing is hitting right where I want it at 10 yards, which for this, I mean, this is an 8-inch barrel, 9mm pistol with a brace on it. And this is, I mean, yeah, this is close for the range that I want it for, but 10 yards to 50 yards is about the range that I'm wanting. And this thing is really nice. Now, is it nice for the money? You're looking at a price point on this thing between $450 and $550 from what I've found. Now, I will have a link in the description down below for you for this. And Meprolight did give me this optic for testing for you guys. I do have to send it back. That being said, for $500, is it the best option? I'm going to leave that up to you. I'm not 100% sure. It is a nice dot. It does have a nice big window. However, there are options out there from companies like Holosun that are enclosed case dots that might be a little bit more in your price range. The Pro V2 is a solid performer. It has 4 levels of brightness adjustability. Outside during the day, the first 2, which are 1 and 2 are the usable ones. 3 and 4 are really not usable during the day. However, at night, 3 and 4 are usable. I got a comment on my last Pro V2 video that asked about the brightness of the optic, and it does get noticeably dim, which is perfect for nighttime shooting. If you're going out during night or you need it for home defense, this does have a good low brightness choice for you to be able to use it at home without blasting out and without being too bright. Let's send the last of our rounds through our Grand Power Strybog with that Meprolight Pro V2 on top. One left. Now, one last thing that I wanted to cover is the battery. The Pro V2 has the battery cap right here, so you don't need to remove the dot to replace the battery. And the battery is a single AA battery. So if that's your thing, to have a AA battery in an optic like this, the Pro V2 might be a good choice for you. Well, that's it for this time, guys. The Pro V2 from Meprolight, sitting on top of our Grand Power Strybog. Remember, guys, if you like this video or found it useful, go ahead and like and subscribe down below. If you like what we do here on the channel and you want to help out a little bit, head on over to our Patreon page. That's patreon.com/workthetrigger. If you're looking for this Meprolight Pro V2, you can find this and other Meprolight products in the affiliate links down in the description below. Remember, guys, I appreciate every one of you, and until next time, do your research, get informed, and get to work.